Moved to 3-0 with a 30-12 win over the Giants in their home opener. Brock Purdy threw for 310 yards and 2 touchdowns, while Deebo Samuel reeled in 6 catches for 129 yards and a touchdown. In other news, Cowboys cornerback Trayvon Diggs suffered a torn ACL during Thursday's practice and will miss the rest of the season, says NFL Network insiders Ian Rappaport and Tom Pelissero. Meanwhile, the Panthers announced Bryce Young is not expected to play Sunday after suffering an ankle injury in Monday's loss to the Saints. Andy Dalton is set to start for the Panthers on Sunday. Bears GM Ryan Poles was at the podium a day after Justin Fields' media session and the resignation of defensive coordinator Alan Williams. He said, "No one in our building is panicking and everyone's focused on solving the issues." This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, is keeping you in on the action. New customers can bet $5 and get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Plus, all customers can take advantage of 2 new offers every game day this September. Just download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. Sign up with my code ROME, R-O-M-E. That's code ROME only on DraftKings Sportsbook. You do have to be present in a state where it is lawful to wager. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.1800gambler.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, KS, licensee partner, Gold Nugget, Lake Charles, LA, 21 plus, age varies by jurisdiction, void in Ontario. See sportsbook.draftkings.com/football terms for eligibility, terms, and responsible gaming resources. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. Eligibility and deposit restrictions do apply.
From coast to coast, this is Goddard's Gold, right here on the Imperial Valley's AM 1230 KXO.
Goddard's Gold. What's your name? Who's your daddy?
Get the gold, Goddard's Gold, Saturday 9 p.m. to midnight and Sunday morning 8 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Goddard's Gold.
What if the music stopped? If the familiar voices were silenced? If there were no breaking news updates? What if your companion and connection to your community came with a monthly fee? Don't worry, we're free local radio with you wherever you go, celebrating 100 years and looking forward to the next 100. We are broadcasters. Text radio to 52886 and let Congress know you depend on your local TV and radio stations. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
1230 KXO, it is, what is it? It's about time we took a look at some birthdays. Before we do that, however, got to say good morning to Gene. Good morning, Gene.
Good morning, George.
How are you, sir?
Well, the information that I just learned from you, I am so much wiser now, it scares me. Well,
a story on slow Jamistan.
Yeah.
Not everybody has heard of slow Jamistan.
Yeah, this was one of those everybody's. So we'll have more on that during the news.
But it's a great concept, and the guy is absolutely hilarious. The Sultan of slow Jamistan.
Slow Jamistan.
Yeah, and they're gonna. Well, we'll get into that a little bit later on. Right now, we got some birthdays. You ready for some birthdays?
Ready.
Starting with the old people. Toni Basil. She did Mickey. Hey, Mickey, you're so fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's 80 years old today. She looks young for her age. Paul Lamatte, he was in American Graffiti. He's the guy that drove the yellow hot rod. He is 78 today. Dave Coverdale, he's in Whitesnake. He was in Whitesnake. He was in Deep Purple for a while as well. He's 72. Sherry Belafonte, that's Harry's little girl, not so little anymore. She's 69. Debbie Boone, that's her daddy was also famous. She's 67 today. The Forrester sister, June Forrester of the Forrester sisters, they do country music. He's 67. She is 67. Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. Everybody's heard of her. She's 65 today. Andrea Bocelli. Everybody's heard of him, the opera guy. He's 65 today. Scott Baio of Happy Days, he's 63. Catherine Oxenberg, What is Catherine? I lost Catherine Oschenberg. She was in Dynasty. She's 62 today. Bonnie Hunt is 62. Rob Stone of Mr. Belvedere, he's 61. Dan Bukatinsky, he was in 24. Legacy is a 58. And we don't have very many more. That's about it. Tom Felton was in Harry Potter. He is all of 36. Tayona Paris, she was in Mad Men, is 36 years old today. Local birthdays, we got them coming up. You ready for that?
I'm ready.
They're coming up.
Let's talk about it. Bringing community mental health issues to your radio. Listen each Sunday morning to KXO AM 1230 at 7 a.m. or on Sunday evening at 7 p.m. on FM 107.5. Or log on to KXORadio.com for a podcast of the show in its entirety. This program is produced by the Public Affairs Department of KXO AM 1230 and FM 107.5. Let's Talk About It is presented as a public service of Imperial County Behavioral Health Services.
Happy birthdays this morning going out to Annie Shirley, Liette Dorner, Zyra Holmes, we have Deanna Silva, Darlene Powers, Oliver Popejoy, Ernest Zabala, Ashley Robles, John Grass, Joe Escalera, Cassie Blackstone, Rick Scott, Manuel Garibay, Yolanda Solorzano, Carmen Encinas, Kathy Valenzuela, Jenny Edgar, Stephen Shirey, Josie Perez, Luis Lois Robinson, Jose Mata, and Aurora Ashley Taylor. Happy birthday to each and every one. Those are our big shots, Gene.
That's
the
good.
Big shot for the morning. And are you ready to jump into the news?
I think we better.
We got some to do. The World and California News, the headlines, brought to you by Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal. Lock, your year-round comfort specialist.
CBS News Brief. We should know soon which plants the auto workers will strike if they don't see new progress on a new deal this morning. This union member is picketing outside the Stellantis factory in Toledo. His message to the big three CEOs.
We want to be able to have a life that we can appreciate, supplied by you, because we supply the workforce, the quality, and the profits that you dream of.
Republicans are split on passing a budget that would avert a government shutdown October 1st.
I think the path forward is pass a dadgum budget like we're supposed to do.
I have red lines, and mine are no funding for the war in Ukraine.
A tropical system is likely to become Tropical Storm Ophelia soon, with landfall tomorrow in the North Carolina coast. Odyssey, New York meteorologist Craig Allen says rain and storm surge are the big concerns.
There is a flood watch in effect for portions of the Carolina coastline on up into lower sections of Virginia through today and into tonight.
CBS News Brief. I'm Peter King.
Become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer and get special pricing on cooling and heating tune-ups all year long. Call today to become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock VIPs receive discounted service and maintenance, discounted repairs, and priority service with prompt service. Lock Air Conditioning is your local York dealer, but they repair it all. So when the need arises, don't hesitate to call Lock Air Conditioning at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock, the only name in air conditioning for over 40 years. York, install with confidence. Contractor's license number 696216.
California headline news in Sacramento. Gun violence survivors, advocates, and lawmakers join with students and faith leaders urging Governor Newsom to sign the Gun Violence Prevention and School Safety Act.
AB 28 is based on a very simple premise, that we should have ongoing and consistent and reliable funding for programs that have proven to save lives and protect communities across California.
Assemblyman Jesse Gabriel, the bill passing with a supermajority. Proponents say it would generate nearly $160 million to support school safety and violence prevention programs. State Attorney General Rob Bonta announces a lawsuit against a national anti-abortion group and 5 crisis pregnancy centers, saying Heartbeat International and Real Options made misleading claims in advertising a procedure called abortion pill reversal.
There's absolutely no scientific basis to support such a claim.
Bonta seeking an injunction to block the defendants from spreading more claims. Gas prices dropping a penny overnight to $5.78 a gallon, still 26 cents higher than a week ago. Jeff Scott, California News.
And the World California News headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal. For repair or replacement, call the experts. Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal.
More than 80 million Americans depend on AM radio for their news, traffic, weather, sports, and a community connection. It's the backbone of the emergency alert system, keeping us safe in dangerous times. It's critical that we keep AM radio in cars, because when cell and internet services are down, this free emergency service could be your only lifeline. Text AM to 52886 and tell Congress we need AM radio in cars. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
And we are now ready for page one of the local news, a service of El Centro Motors, Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers, with 3 locations to serve you. El Centro Motors at the Brawley Auto Center on Highway 86 and Julia Drive, and at the Ivy Mall, the Imperial Valley Mall. With the local news, here is Gene Brister.
Taking a look at the latest in local news for a Friday morning, a tractor-trailer rig hauling cars went out of control and rolled over. The accident occurred about 2:15 p.m. Thursday on eastbound interstate near Mountain Springs Road. The big rig went over the side of the embankment and spilled its load of cars. 2 of the cars were reported approximately 100 feet down a rock embankment. Several local, state, and federal agencies responded to the incident, as did a hazardous materials cleanup team for a diesel fuel spill where the tractor came to rest in the desert. Traffic on the freeway was halted while emergency crew were on the scene. The driver was injured, but no information is available on the extent of the injuries. The accident remains under investigation. Well, the county sheriff's office will participate in a meet and greet National Coffee with a Cop Day. It'll be on Wednesday, October the 4th. On that day, local deputies will be at several locations for some coffee and conversation with the community. The hours will be from 8 till 10 a.m. Deputies will be at the Salton City West Shore Senior Center, Nyland Cooling Center, Hopeville Civic Center, Ocotillo Community Center, the Coffee Shop in Winter Haven, and at 4th Street Starbucks in El Centro. KXO News Time is 7:40.
Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers have the best price on name brand tires guaranteed. Now we're talking Michelin, Pirelli, Dunlop, Bridgestone, Continental, and more. See a Quick Lane service advisor and get the best price guaranteed. Remember, Quick Lane services all makes and all models, and they're conveniently located in the Brawley Auto Center, at the Imperial Valley Mall, at El Centro Motors, and their new mobile service van comes to you with no added charge.
Continuing with more local news, a local pet shelter is coming in October. It will be participating in the national event, local pet shelter. Here's more on that story.
Bissell Pet Foundation is hosting the event. It is their Fall National Empty the Shelters event. It'll be held October 1st through the 15th. The event is prompted by the animal shelters overcrowding. 345 shelters in 42 states are participating in the Empty the Shelters event. The Humane Society of Imperial County is among the shelters that are participating during the event. Bissell Pet Foundation will sponsor reduced adoption fees. Adopters will be able to save a life and bring home a spayed or neutered pet already vaccinated. It's all available for adoption for under $50 or less. Contact the local Humane Society for more information and their hours of operation during the special event. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
And we mentioned this story earlier this morning. Slowjamistan is a micronation. There are over 40 active micronations in the United States. Well, this one is located in the desert southwest of Salton Sea. Slowjamistan declared its independence in December of 2021. On Saturday, October 7th, they will open their borders to all visitors. From 4 to 7 p.m., visitors will be able to take selfies with the Sultan of Slow Jamistan. That sounds cool. There will be free Kool-Aid tasting and a chance to see the new Slow Jamistan government fleet of vehicles. Also, during the event, Mayor George Nava will be presented with a special award from the Sultan. Visitors are asked to arrive early for the best parking and allow extra time for security procedures. The dress code, well, it'll be casual. Now, get this, but Crocs are not allowed. They are forbidden in Slow Jamistan. For directions and more details, go to slowjamistan.org. That concludes this edition of Local News, but don't go away. Page 2 coming up.
Page 1 of the Local News has been a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers with 3 locations to serve you. Quick Lane services all makes and models, and you will never need an appointment.
We mark every inch that our kids grow.
Whoa, look how tall you're getting.
And watch them outgrow, well, everything.
This shirt is way too small.
But there's something else that can grow that we don't see. It's what doctors call toxic stress. It's how a child's body responds to difficult experiences, from harsh language to a painful loss. There are steps parents can take to help. Learn 4 things you can do to overcome toxic stress at first5california.com.
And it's page 2 of the Local News, a service this morning of Menchie's Frozen Yogurt and Round Table Pizza, 508 East Dannenberg Road in El Centro. With page 2 of the Local News, here again is Gene.
Well, Child Safety Awareness Day is coming up on Saturday. You're encouraged to keep your child safe. George Gale explains.
Child Safety Awareness Day is tomorrow, as Gene just mentioned. The Imperial County Public Health Department, California Highway Patrol, and the First 5 Imperial will join efforts Saturday. It is to provide child safety information to local families. Certified technicians will be available to check car seats and teach car seat safety and actually provide a new car seat if one is needed. The event will take place Saturday from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. in the west parking lot of the Imperial County Public Health Department. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
County Board of Supervisors will host a workshop. The workshop will deal with the county's strategic plan update. The workshop has been scheduled for after the supervisors' September the 26th board meeting. It will begin at 1:30 p.m. The object of the workshop is to provide information on the updates to the county's strategic plan, gather feedback, address any concerns, and engage the community in the planning process. The county says they believe in the importance of community input to shape future direction and priorities. The workshop will be led by Reliance Public Relations Incorporated. Well, County Public Works announces more work continued. Here's more on that story.
It is on Rutherford Road from Highway 115 to Hastane Road. That portion of Rutherford will be closed for 4 days from September 25th through September 28th for continued road rehabilitation. Public Works suggests motorists find an alternate route during the 4 days mentioned. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
And we'll be back with a look at the weather.
Imperial Valley now has a Round Table Pizza, serving superior pizza, inspired by the honor of valor and revelry of the Knights of the Round Table. The quality and authenticity have earned them the reputation of pizza royalty. Now, for a limited time, receive a personal pizza with 6 slices, cheese, and a topping of your choice, including a 20-ounce soda for only $9.95, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Round Table Pizza, now open, next to Menchie's Frozen Yogurt, 508 East Annenberg Drive in El Centro.
Here's George Gale with a weather update.
The high temperature yesterday, 95 degrees. The overnight low this morning, 70. National Weather Service says tranquil weather conditions will be seen well into next week as weak high pressure persists across the region. This will initially result in slightly below normal temperatures today before temperatures warm to slightly above around Monday. Active after relatively cloudy skies over much of the region today into early Saturday. Clear to mostly clear skies are then expected by Sunday, lasting through at least the first half of next week. Weather forecast calling for mostly cloudy skies today. Highs right near 91. South to southeast winds at around 5 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies. Overnight lows around 75. Northwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday, sunny skies. Highs right near 98. Northwest winds at around 10 miles per hour. And right now we are looking at, what are we looking at? 72 degrees, 41%, the relative humidity. Air Pollution Control District says air quality is moderate throughout the region. That's it. That's page 2 of the local news and the weather, delivered this morning by Round Table Pizza and Minchie's Frozen Yogurt, 508 East Dannenberg Drive in El Centro.
Wendy's new breakfast 2 for $3 Biggie bundles let you create your own delicious combo. Choose from a sausage biscuit, egg and cheese biscuit, small seasoned potatoes, and a medium hot coffee. But it's obvious which combo's the best. Sausage biscuit and small seasoned potatoes. Well, maybe it's the fresh cracked egg and cheese biscuit with a medium hot coffee. Or 2 savory sausage biscuits. Whichever you pick, you can't go wrong. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new 2 for $3 Biggie bundles.
Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Not valid in a combo. Single item at regular price.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. So minivans, sedans, JDMs, roll out. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. And with eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
What if the music stopped? If the familiar voices were silenced? If there were no breaking news updates? What if your companion and connection to your community came with a monthly fee? Don't worry, we're free local radio with you wherever you go, celebrating 100 years and looking forward to the next 100. We are broadcasters. Text radio to 52886 and let Congress know you depend on your local TV and radio stations. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
And it is now time for Sports World Roundup, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, an affiliate of the Scripps Health Network, working together to provide you the best of care. High school football last night. There were 2 Thursday night games. The one you heard on KXO, Central defeated Cibola 35-12. The other one, Brawley took on Gila Ridge and defeated them 47-15. So Brawley and El Centro both win last night. Tonight, it's the Imperial Tigers. They go against Valley Center. That game will be on the air at 6:45 p.m. On KXO AM 1230 and on the YouTube channel. Mickey Dale and George Gruhava, they'll be calling all the action of the Imperial Tigers on KXO, hosting Valley Center tonight. Other games tonight, Bonita takes on Vincent Memorial. Calipatria goes against Claremont. Palo Verde will play against Palm Springs. Southwest, Holtville, and Calexico all have to bye. And yes, there is a bit of a party going on outside the hallway right there. And National Football League, Thursday night football, it was didn't have a problem, did they? The 49ers beat the Giants 30-12. The Giants, of course, were humbled by some injuries, but other than that, it was all 49ers. A Sunday evening game is the Raiders at the Pittsburgh Steelers. You'll hear that one on FM 107.5 at 4:30 Sunday evening. 107.5, the Raider station for the Imperial Valley. Monday night football coming up. It's the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. That'll be on at 4:30 p.m. Monday. That game will be aired on KXO AM 1230. We'll have more in just a minute.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, ready to serve you and your family for all of your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations in Calexico and Raleigh, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all Pioneer services, visit www.pmhd.org today.
And in Major League Baseball, it was the Rays over the Angels, 5-4. The Brewers shut out the Cardinals 6-0. Braves over the Nationals, 10-3. The Yankees got by the Blue Jays 5-3. Guardians beat the Orioles 5-2. It was the Phillies over the Mets 5-4. Pirates defeated the Cubs 8-6. Tigers got by the Athletics 7-3, and the Dodgers just keep on rolling. They defeated the Giants 7-2. It was a limited schedule last night. In the WNBA, their playoffs advancing to the semifinals. Semis get underway on Sunday with the Sun at the Liberty. That's game one of the series. Is Sunday. The afternoon game will be the Wings at the Aces, and WNBA in their semifinal mode starting on Sunday. U.S. team captain Stacey Lewis saw something good in the Solheim Cup. Veteran Lexi Thompson's game in practice rounds at Finca-Court earlier this week. Apparently it paid off. Thompson played in the LPGA Tour, and U.S. swept the open session for the first time at Solheim Cup. And Mohammed bin Salman, he is the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, said in an interview with Fox News that aired Wednesday that he doesn't care about allegations of sports washing made against his country. He said if he's still making money with it, he doesn't care. It doesn't matter to him. He's got a sports wash anyway. I don't know what that is. They're returning to China for the first time in 4 years. Andy Murray won his first round match at the Suhai Championship on Thursday, so Andy Murray moves on. NFL could not confirm that Trent Williams threw a closed-fisted punch in last night's game, and so they upheld the ref's decision not to eject him from the game. And Oregon State and Washington State prepare for their top 25 matchup Saturday, tomorrow, amid a strong possibility of being stripped of their Power 5 status next season. OSU Athletic Director Scott Barnes indicated he is curious about the possibility of promotion relegation in college football. He said the model is worthy of study. Anyway, that's it. That's a look at sports. Sports World Roundup this morning brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District. Log on to pmhd.org for more information about Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District.
Since 1901, Imperial Printers Rocket Copy has provided the finest printing and copying services from start to finish. When you choose Imperial Printers Rocket Copy, you can feel confident in our expertise and personal attention to your project. We have a team of professional graphic designers ready to take your ideas and make them a reality. From promotional merchandise, full-color brochures, blueprints, and high-speed copies to business forms and everything else in between, Imperial Printers Rocket Copy offers dependable and affordable quality printing. Thank you for choosing locally owned and operated Imperial Printers Rocket Copy. We have convenient locations near you at 430 West Main Street and 100 South 11th Street in El Centro and 184 South Plaza in Brawley.
And your financial news and weather brought to you this morning by Southwest Security, locally owned company protecting you and your property. Southwest Security also offers live scan fingerprinting to the public. Dow Jones futures edged higher this morning, while S&P 500 futures and NASDAQ futures rose slightly. The new stock market correction suffered heavy losses again Thursday as the 10-year Treasury yields soared in a day reaction to the Fed meeting. S&P 500 undercut its August lows with the NASDAQ and the Dow Jones coming close. Leading stocks came under more pressure throughout the board. The Dow Jones futures rose 0.1% this morning. The fair value S&P 500 futures climbed to 0.3%. NASDAQ 100 futures advanced 0.6%. Crude oil rose 1% back above $90 a barrel. 10-year Treasury yield edged down to 4.47%. That's business. We got your weather coming up.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. 2 years ago, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. So if you're tired of dealing with the inconvenience of our post office hours and you would like to be able to get your mail when you want, Saturdays, Sundays, holidays, in the middle of the night, then come visit us at Southwest Postal with 24-hour staff. Plus, we're also your local FedEx, DHL, and Postal Service Center. We even offer text message and email notification when you receive your mail. Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro.
The high temperature yet today, 95 degrees. The overnight low this morning, 70. The National Weather Service says we can expect mostly cloudy skies today. Highs right near 91. South to southeast winds at around 5 miles per hour. Mostly cloudy skies tonight. Overnight lows around 75. Northwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sunny on Saturday. Highs right near 98. Northwest winds at around 10 miles per hour. And right now we are looking at 72 degrees, 41% the relative humidity. Your financial news and weather has been brought to you by Southwest Security. They also offer 24-hour-a-day post office boxes at Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro. We got CBS News coming up next. They'll have Aaron on the radio right after that with more of the best oldies on the radio, which means I am out of here. Have a good morning. Great Friday. Talk to you Saturday.
For over a century, local broadcasting has evolved with the needs of the community. We move past the stigmas of opinion journalism and bring the most relevant news online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
The best oldies on the radio. KXO El Centro. KXO.
This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Steve Kafin. The auto workers' strike has just been expanded. UAW President Shawn Fain.
At noon Eastern Time, all of the parts distribution facilities at General Motors and Stellantis are being called to stand up and strike. We will be striking 38 locations across 20 states.
Reporter Nora Naughton, who covers the industry for the business site Insider, says it's a major move.
Those are the plants that feed into the entire system. And when you lose production at those plants, that's when things at General Assemblies go down. That's when the whole system falls apart.
The initial walkout hit 3 plants in 3 states late last week. Ford was spared any new action because it has agreed to some union demands. Federal prosecutors say they found gold bars and $480,000 in stashed cash at the home of New Jersey Senator Bob Menendez. He and his wife have been indicted on bribery charges. It's all unrelated to the corruption case 6 years ago against the Democrat that ended in a hung jury. Correspondent Nicole Killian is on Capitol Hill, where it's quiet after a week of failure to try to get a spending measure passed.
Yes, we know time is running out, but I can also say that, lawmakers in both chambers are working to try to avert a shutdown. All hope is not lost. Obviously, lawmakers are out for the weekend. Probably the earliest would be next Tuesday, which doesn't leave too much more time to spare.
It'll be a weekend washout along much of the East Coast. A storm system's expected to become Tropical Storm Ophelia Odyssey, New York meteorologist Craig Allen.
The projected track goes from north of the Bahamas on up towards the outer banks of North Carolina, out towards the Cape Hatteras area, continues on up through the Virginia Capes and then towards the Chesapeake, and will slow down as it gets towards Delaware and the southern portions of New Jersey.
A 911 recording has just been released from last Sunday when a military fighter jet went missing in South Carolina. The pilot ejected safely and made it to a home to call for help.
I'm the pilot. We need to get rescue rolling. I'm not sure where the airplane is. It would have crash landed somewhere. I ejected.
How far did he fall?
I was at 2,000 feet.
Okay, and what caused the fall?
An aircraft failure.
The wreckage of the jet was eventually found. It kept flying for 60 miles. There's an investigation into what happened. Amazon's Prime Video says it'll begin showing ads during shows and movies early next year. The company says Amazon Prime members can pay $2.99 a month to stay ad-free. Wall Street, Dow up 36. This is CBS News.
When you think of hiring, think of Indeed. Their end-to-end hiring system helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all in the same place. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
The lights are off. Everything is quiet. You're ready to sleep. But your brain isn't. It's going a mile a minute, stressing about every detail of your life. Like that awkward thing you said when you were 13. Or whether you chose the right career. Or that unanswered text you sent earlier. Sound familiar? Whether they strike before bed or any time throughout the day, racing thoughts are a pain. Therapy can give you a place to work through all those thoughts and come up with solutions so they don't keep you up at night or stop you from enjoying the rest of your day. With BetterHelp, just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist based on your needs and preferences. Connect by phone, video, or chat from wherever you are. Switch therapists anytime and use flexible week-to-week scheduling to book appointments. Get a break from your racing thoughts with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/acquire today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/acquire.
California's Attorney General is suing an anti-abortion group and a chain of anti-abortion counseling centers.
Rob Bonta says the organizations misled women when they offered them treatments to reverse medication abortions.
Advocates of abortion pill reversal falsely claim that if a pregnant person takes high doses of the hormone progesterone within 72 hours of taking mifepristone, it'll safely and effectively cancel its effects.
He says these treatments are unproven and largely experimental.
There's absolutely no scientific basis to support such a claim.
Stacey Lynn, CBS News.
The bicycle company Shimano is recalling 760,000 bike cranksets due to a crash hazard that's caused injuries. Consumer Product Safety Commission says the parts can separate and break. More than 4,500 incidents, 6 injuries reported. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
Have you Googled yourself lately? Are there negative posts from an ex-employee or from a former client? Maybe an outdated news article or sensitive personal information about your family? Search engines don't always get it right. For right or wrong, it's your reputation on the line. That's where Reputation Defender by Norton comes in. One of the most trusted names in online reputation repair. Reputation Defender has been fixing people's search results for over 15 years. Their cutting-edge approaches help you to wipe away unwanted information in your search results. They also promote the good stuff so that it rises to the top, helping you put your best foot forward. Your good name is too valuable to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. Take control with Reputation Defender. You can start by getting your free reputation report card at reputationdefender.com or call 800-803-5505 to speak to an expert. That's 800-803-5505.
It's Aaron Atadero on AM 1230.
Hey, you hear that?
He's got emotional problems, man. He's fragile. Very fragile.
He's a good man.
AM 1230, the best oldies on the radio.
1230.